Gary and Lou Ann, Crazy Cluckers Farm. And anyway, this is our Wildcard Wednesday. This week is going to be on horses, and starting here, it's Rutez and Stanley, which you've seen if you've watched any of our footage so far, and you're always in the background.
They're 30 years old now.
Yeah.
Stanley, I watched him be born. He was mine on the spot, and had Rutez since she was 2 years old. She was 30.
Sleepy. You sleepy, Rutez? I think so. All right, I'm going to leave you alone.
He's asking about Stanley. Easy, girl.
So you got Rutez whenever...
She was 2 years old, and she was born in April, and Stanley June. That's all the difference in age they are. From April to June.
Been together ever since?
Ever since. For 28 years they've been together. Which is really sad to think when one of them has to go.
Yeah.
The other one's going to be very, very lonely and sad. I'll have to figure that out, what to do when that time comes.
Yeah. Yeah, but I didn't like thinking about that part. Yeah.
It's going to be hard on me. I've had them almost half of my life. Close to it.
She's a pretty mare, though. Very flashy.
And he's a handsome boy.
Yeah, he is, too. And you'd said before that you originally was going to raise Morgans, and Stanley was going to be your...
Morads.
Oh, Morads.
Morgan Arabian crosses. But he had one testicle that never descended, so he got gelded.
He's a cryptorchid.
Yes.
So then you just went with that Arabian.
Yep, he was my riding horse. I trained them both myself. Trained them to do everything from halter training to riding, the whole bit.
Now, she's old. Okay, so she's Polish Arabian versus she's not Egyptian.
Well,
Arabian.
she's got, yes, she's got
Does she?
She's got the Waduda of the desert, the famous war mare. She's got her in her pedigree several times. She is Arabian and he is Morgan.
Right.
A Morgan horse.
But
he's got the old bloodlines from the Civil War when they bred their own Morgan horses.
When they first started the Morgans.
Yeah.
So Rutez, though, she was rabbit breeding or something like that? Which is an old...
And she has some Egyptian in there, too. Way back.
What'd you say about her color? I shot there
well,
really.
she is a bay, but she looks like a bronze. Beautiful. He is a chestnut. But no, the government bred their own Morgan horses back in the Civil War. They had their own bloodline. And Stanley is from that bloodline. Big, stout Morgans.
And there's the old barn before half of it got washed away by the flood in 2015. There's some goats. There's your old goats. This is...
Well, there was only 3 I had at that time. And then I sold them back to the breeder. Those I didn't breed. Me and Gary didn't meet till later on, so that's why we're saying these were my horses back before me and Gary met. They just got turned out of their stalls and they were excited to go running in the pasture. They can't go in the pasture anymore because Stanley's got Cushing's disease and he can't eat grass anymore, and Rutez is old and she would founder now too, so they have to be kept dry lotted and fed strictly hay and Purina senior feed.
Well, she loved to run, didn't she?
Yes, she did. She was a fun ride too.
There's the old trailer.
We don't ride them anymore.
No.
Haven't ridden them for probably 5 years or since Stanley was diagnosed with Cushing's disease.
Lead and feed.
Yeah. But they're sweet. We love them. They'll be with us till they pass or we do, whichever comes first.
Yeah.
We've got strict can't say the word.
Well, good.
What's to be done with our horses and
Yeah.
our animals,
Yeah.
and who gets them when we, if anything would happen to us. Everybody should make provisions for their animals too.
Yeah,
If
they have
anything would
plans.
happen, they get in bad places.
Now, the good part's coming up. Now, Rutez, she did have a foal years ago. I didn't get that on this video.
She's had two though.
Jesse, okay,
Yes.
was her first foal, and he went to Florida.
And then we had our stallion, who was I don't know if anybody knows about Arabians. He was a Kemosabe son and a Gigi Jabask grandson.
This was their later
And
breeding.
that's our Chemo's foal.
Yeah.
She's by him out of her.
Just cues a button. She is the one, when she was coming out, she locked her elbow and wouldn't come out. And Rutez was having problems, so she stood up. And so I had to literally get in behind her and straighten her elbow out. And then she just came right out. And Luann was saying, hold her like this, come out like a half moon.
And you have to catch them. A horse can't have the baby standing up or it'll just rip everything out of him. He had to catch her and let her come out slowly. He had to hold her with all the afterbirth. And
Yeah, that was a mess.
because Rutez was panicking, she backed right up and said,
Do it.
Dad, help me.
Oh, she stepped on her foot there, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I think she stepped in a hole.
yeah, I was wrong. Luann was right. Imagine that. But she was so cute. She looked like a little red with little red fairy wings on with that little coat.
We'll show some a little later on of her sire,
Yeah, there'd be
Leic Chemo Bosk.
yeah, there'd be a lot
What's his
about
name?
him.
He was the sweetest, most gorgeous stallion. Had him for a lot of years.
She kind of worries me. She's so
I'm trying to think. Is she? No, we've had a few foals since our hand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We had a lot of foals.
yeah.
Lots.
So I came on the scene late, but boy, I sure made up for lost time.
never does. She's limping. God dang it.
I miss having horses, but at our age and the way everything is so expensive, but they're my number one love.
My leg hurts.
Well, that's about it for this one. But stay tuned. We'll see what comes up on Wildcard Wednesday next week.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Have a great evening.
yeah. Gary and Luann, Crazy Cluckers
Crazy
out.
Cluckers out. Over and out.
Yeah, but she's using it, so that's the big thing.
If you was filming that, we can go back and see just exactly what happened. How she stepped on it, if we need to be worried or not.